You're watching live weigh-in coverage of the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at St. John's River from Palatka, Florida.
The show up here on Super Bass Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's hours until that silly game anyways, but this is the first championship Sunday of the Bassmaster Elite Series 2022 season. Palatka, are you ready for this? 10 anglers left in our field, and in just a few minutes, one will remain. That one will be the first Elite Series champion of the season at the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at the St. John's River. The fine folks from AFTCO made sure we came back here to Palatka. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All of these great sponsors and partners come here for one reason, and that is literally because of you guys. The fishing is incredible, and it shows out every single time, but you guys are some of the best bass fishing fans in the world, and Palatka, we love the support you give us every single time we come here. Whew. It has been an exciting tournament. It has definitely been, year after year, every time we come here, you know, people say, some people that aren't from here, they're like, why are you going there? Well, if you watch this tournament, why do we go here so much? Because day after day, just when you think one angler's walking away with this thing, you see how quick things can change on the St. John's River, and we saw it again today. So it'll be very interesting to see how this weigh-in shakes out. But before we bring up any of our anglers, we need to bring up a very important person. That's our tournament director and our weighmaster. I need you to get really, really loud for LT, tournament director Lisa Talmadge. LT, Championship Sunday. It is Super Bass Sunday, and everybody around the world excited about just this event.
Oh, I know. We are super excited to see who's going to win.
Everything went off without a hitch this year. We have never, I don't know if we've ever come here and not had we've had delayed days here in the past, but we did not delay one moment this year. So evidently Tripp's been screwing it up all these years. Thanks for straightening things out, Lisa.
Well, actually, remember last year he wasn't here, and then I had to.
Oh, well, okay.
And then there was delays.
Yeah, but that's the past. Who cares about the past? The present right now. Great job this week.
Thank you so much. Hey, but before we get started, I want to say a special thank you to the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce, the Putnam County Tourist Development Council, and a special thank you to Dana Jones and Julie Linton for all their help and support. So let's give them a round of applause. A few more thank yous that I have, because we couldn't do this without them. Our volunteer coordinator, Sam Drake, also Kelly Prince. They brought in all the volunteers because we couldn't do this event without volunteers. So let's give the volunteers a round of applause. They are a huge help to us. Also, I want a special thank you to all the staff. I mean, this is a big production. It takes a lot of people to put this on, and I'm humbled and honored to work with all of them. They are they work tirelessly. So let's give all the staff a round of applause, too. And thank you to you guys for showing up and being fans and supporting Bass. And thank you to all the fans that are watching on Bassmaster.com. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much. Thanks for your hospitality.
I'll let you set up the scales, and I'll explain this for those of you that have never been to who's been to a Bassmaster weigh-in before? Who's never been? Everybody, welcome all the new Bassmaster fans that are here. You're part of the Bassmaster family, and we love you for supporting this event, but it's all about this bad boy right here, this big blue trophy. And this is the first one we're going to hand out this year. $100,000 goes with it. And how this weigh-in works is you have our beautiful Toyota Tundras, which will be our hot seat this time around. So as we roll along, our tournament leader right now, who knows who's leading this tournament? John Cruz, that's right. So our tournament leader, John Cruz, will weigh in last. And our anglers want to sit in that seat. As longer as sit in that seat, the more money that you make. And at the very end of this, we will debut to you what is basically the original American Idol. We'll stand two anglers side by side. One of them will win, and the other one will go, unfortunately. But it'll be very exciting for everybody, and it's going to be extra exciting because you guys are here, and you guys always make this such an incredible experience for all of us. And I can't thank you enough for everything that you guys have done. This community, when we came here back in 2019, people said nobody was going to show up. They said the anglers that were weighing in wouldn't even catch a fish. But you guys showed the bass world that Bassmaster is alive and strong and stronger than it's ever been before because of amazing communities like you guys. So, I have a question for you, ladies and gentlemen. Palatka, are you ready? No. This is the very first championship Sunday of the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series. Are you ready? Let's get ready to win! Our very first angler from Newbern, Georgia, a 5-time Classic qualifier, an Elite Series champion, Micah FRAZIER. Mercury Pro Micah FRAZIER left the dock with 42 pounds and 2 ounces, 8 pounds and 11 ounces to add to that gives him 50 pounds, 13 ounces. $50 pounds, 13 ounces, and obviously not going to take the title this time around, but a strong start this season, and I know that was important for you.
Yeah, starting off in 10th, you really can't complain, and just happy to get the year off on a good note, and it just really helps, the year go smoothly, and points are valuable, man. It seems like anytime you make the Classic, man, you can think back, and 10 or 15 points here and there really add up, make a huge difference. So, gonna go home, get my stuff ready to go to Harris Chain and get after it in the morning.
What did you do different to get here? So many anglers, this one really threw a curve for a lot of anglers because it was literally the exact opposite of what pre-fish was.
Well, I didn't catch a whole lot in pre-fish either, but there's, a couple of areas here that kind of hold up during those cold spells in Florida, and we've got deeper water for whatever reason. The fish just, the water's more stable, and I went in one of those areas. It's a spring on Lake George, and I've done well there in the past, and I just went in there and put my head down, and on day one, I caught 2 really big ones, and another guy behind me that caught them really good is in there too. So obviously some big ones live in there, and he was able to capitalize on finding those groups of fish that are piled up, ready to push up on those flats and spawn. But I missed a little bit in there, but made the top 10, and can't be complaining about that.
Nothing to complain about at all. Look forward to seeing you at the Harris Chain. Congrats on a great event. Our next angler started day number 1 in 84th place, rallied all the way into the top 10, a 3-time Classic qualifier, a former Rookie of the Year from Georgia, Drew Cook. Drew Cook with Finn Cook here today, his lucky charm. 5 fish, 13 pounds, 8 ounces, gives him 56 pounds and 4 ounces. He moves into second place, just 2 pounds short of the overall lead. He looks incredibly impressed.
Yeah, he needs big bass, not those bass. But he was my good luck charm this week. He wasn't here Thursday morning, and I didn't catch him Thursday, so he showed up, and I started catching him. So I'm going to have to make the wife and kids come down starting in the tournament, so I don't have one of those bad days. But, it was a great week. Obviously, from where I was after day 1 to where I am today, I cannot complain at all. I fished a really good tournament except for, day 1. Went to the bank on day 2 and started, pulled out a fighting frog and started sight fishing, throwing a wacky rig around. And, that's where I'm comfortable. And, I told you on day 1 what I did wrong and what I was going to do, and I'm just glad it finally worked out. That's the biggest comeback I've ever had. But, you know, I can't complain at all. I'm really looking forward to next week. Next week, I think it's going to be like a fastball right over the plate. I'm hoping at least. But great start to the year. Best finish I've had at the St. John's, even though I love this place. I really wish that that we could, you know, work together. We can work with Palatka, and us together can work with FWC or whoever we need to get this place like it used to be. Whenever I was a kid coming here, there was eelgrass everywhere. I mean, anywhere you stopped on the river, there was just eelgrass all over the place. You caught fish from one end to the other, and what's happened to this place is truly sad. And it's still a great fishery. It's got a bunch of big fish in it, but we got to get the grass back, and we got to do whatever we need to do, and bass as a whole can help with that. So if we can get this thing back, this will be back in the top 10 bass lakes in the country. This is a truly phenomenal fishery. It's still a great tournament venue for us. I mean, look at this crowd. This crowd is unbelievable, and every year it shows out. But looking forward to the next time we come back here. I appreciate everything, all my friends and family at home watching, all my family that came here. And my little man. This is his first tournament.
Truly a blessed man, and congratulations on a big finish. Let's hear it for Drew and Finn Cook. Our next angler from Benton, Arkansas, a Bassmaster Classic qualifier, an Elite Series champion, Stetson BLAYLOck. 42 pounds, 13 ounces as of this morning. Needs 15.7 to take the lead. 15 pounds, 7 ounces. He has exactly what it takes to take the lead here on Championship Sunday at the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite on the St. Johns River. Gonna weigh that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. 6 pounds, 4 ounces, so it takes over Phoenix Boats Big Bass for the day, and you take over the lead for the tournament. But you really have a 1 ounce lead, I guess, over the next angler.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bleak, but I tell you what, this weigh-in's going to be pretty charged. Let me tell you, there's some amazing stuff coming up. But I had a great time this week. I just never could relocate those fish from the first day of the tournament. But all in all, after practice, I'm tickled to death to make a top 10. It's really tough to do that against these guys, and every year we keep bringing in more and more competition that is just extremely stout. And man, I couldn't be prouder to be here today. Appreciate all you guys coming out to support. I got to be on live for 3 days this tournament, so can't complain with that at all. Thanks to my family and my sponsors, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Couldn't do it without him at all. And we got to get on the road. I've got to shoot some videos and get on the road. We got to practice tomorrow, so I'm out of here.
All right, congratulations on a great finish, and we'll see you just in a few hours. Our next angler, a former Bassmaster Open winner, a classic qualifier from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, Bob Downey. 44 pounds and 13 ounces to start the day. He's looking for 13 pounds, 8 ounces. 29 pounds, 3 ounces, 29.3, and Bob Downey is your brand new leader at the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite on the St. Johns River. Bob, gonna weigh that for Phoenix Boats. A big bass needs to be better than 6 pounds, 4 ounces. You think it is, ladies and gentlemen? You know your fish, 8 pounds, 4 ounces. And Bob Downey, dude, what you have done here is almost impossible. You had 1 fish on day 2, and now you are currently leading this tournament with 74 pounds even. And I know you're kicking yourself. Those 4 will, no matter how this works it out, they'll bug you for the rest of your life, I'm sure. But, man, what you have done here, you bookended this tournament with 2 of the most incredible days ever.
Yeah, man, what more can you ask for? It was just insane out there this morning. And then to cap it off with an 8-pounder, I mean, man, it was absolutely crazy. Day 2 is going to kill me, I think. But, man, that aside, it's been an amazing week down here in Palatka. to start off the year with this sort of a finish, I mean, I couldn't ask for more after the last 2 years. I mean, I've really had terrible finishes here. So it's been fun. We'll see how it shakes out, and, we'll see who takes this thing home.
What did you do different? No, rather than focusing on what you did is incredible here, but what did you do different? So many anglers, this one bit them, and you said this one's bit you in the past. What did you change this time around, do you think?
I just looked at new water in practice and tried to get away from what I'd done the last 2 years, really. Just basically treat it as a new place. Don't go back to anything old. And that's really what I did, and approached it from a different angle. And the conditions, they lined up really well for me day one, and this morning was obviously really good for me too with the cloud cover. Day one was good because it was cold and it kind of sucked those fish down into that area. Day 2 and 3, we had warmer weather, and I think those fish spread out and they just weren't as active on that wind and bite that I was doing. And day 2, looking back, I should have just hunkered in and scratched out a limit. I left there early at like 10:30 and ran around and never made anything happen. Yesterday I hunkered down, got a small limit, and today it was just on fire in the morning. Just made one of those decisions that paid off, and it worked out. So we'll see how it shakes out.
I have to ask you, we've seen some monster bags here, but you did your damage in it took a while. I mean, that 8 came after, I know, but a big part of that bag came in a 30-minute window that was fireworks on Bass Live. What did that feel like to have that happen to you?
I mean, that would have been a blast even if I was just out for fun, let alone, 4th day, Elite Series tournament on live. It was insane. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. Catching them all on a lipless bait, I mean, geez, you don't really land all the fish usually when you're catching them on that bait. So to fish clean this week outside of one, basically one fish that I lost yesterday, and that was it. I mean, I can't ask for more.
No, you can't. Awesome week. You're not going anywhere. You're going to load our hot seat. The longer you stay there, the more money he gets paid. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for old Bob Downey. How awesome was that? Wow. Next up, we have a Bassmaster Open winner, a 3-time Classic qualifier, and 11 times he's been in the top 10 from Mount Carmel, Tennessee, David Mullins. 45 pounds and 14 ounces to start today. He's got 5 fish. Needs 28 pounds, 3 ounces to knock old Bob out of the seat. Not going to do that this time, but a good bag. 18 pounds, 9 ounces, moves into second place with 64 pounds and 7 ounces. 64.7, and with 18.9, I mean, you can't be upset. That was a pretty decent day, but, old Bob kind of ruined it.
Well, me and Bob was about 15 pounds back, so really we didn't have anything to lose. So the only thing different is I didn't crack 29 pounds a day.
Great tournament regardless, a top 10 to start the season, and that's so important. Year after year, we learn how important it is to get off to a strong start, especially in Florida.
Well, I didn't last year. I think I was 80th down here last year, so it's a big help for me. And I caught a wind and a chatterbait for the most part the first 3 days, but for some reason that bite was going away, and I figured these fish were really setting up to spawn, especially seeing what Cox did yesterday. So I just put myself today in an area, that spawning area, and threw a devil's horse around, end up pretty much catching what I caught. But again, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all are awesome. Every year y'all show up, and we're going to too. So thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Congrats on a great finish. We'll see you at the Harris Chain. Comfortable, Bob? Oh, let me get you.
I got one.
Oh, you got a water? Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Bottle service in that seat. It's a very, very exclusive seat. This next guy sat in that seat before a few times. He's a former Elite Series Rookie of the Year, a 2-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Minnesota, the sleepy assassin, Austin FELIX. Had 46 pounds and 9 ounces to start the day. He's got 5 fish, looking for 27 pounds and 8 ounces, 17 pounds, 13 ounces. Gives him 64 pounds and 6 ounces. Austin FELIX moves into third place. 64 pounds, 6 ounces, sitting in third place. Going to leave here with a great payday, but probably a little ruined by old Bob there.
Yeah, well, I told Bob day 3 to catch 2, and he went out and caught 5. I guess I should have just told him to catch 2 on the second day, and he'd probably have blown this thing out of the water, but I'm proud of him. He's from up our way. Everybody just lumps all the Minnesota and Wisconsin guys in together, so we all kind of have each other's back. It was a great week. This is always a nervous one. I've had some rough ones out here, and I'm just happy to get good points. I got to say thanks to Blackfish. I switched to Blackfish this year. It's an apparel company. They got cold gear, warm gear, rainy gear, and I got to use all of it this week. So thanks to them, I guess I'm going to bail out here and head to Harris so we can run it back and do it all over again.
Look forward to seeing you there. It's going to be a fun one. Next up, a 4-time Bassmaster winner, a 3-time Classic qualifier, a 2-time Century Belt holder from Somerville, South Carolina, Patrick Walters. 46 pounds, 13 ounces, 5 fish to add to that here today. 12 pounds, 7 ounces, puts him in 4th place with 59 pounds and 4 ounces and extends his incredible streak. Now 4 stops here in Palatka and never been out of the top 10. You want to buy it?
Nah, we're good.
How have you done? You hear angler after angler. These guys have heard anglers. Mullins just said it. Had finished 80th last time we was here. Micah said it. It's so tough to stay consistent here. Even people who have dominated this tournament, like Rick Plunn, several times, he didn't make the cut here. But that's not shade on Rick. That's just how tough it is to stay consistent here. And you've made every top 10 that you fished here on the Elite Series in Palatka.
You got to throw everything out of the window from last year and just fish completely brand new water. And that's kind of what I tried to do today. I went to Rodman, and I'm happy making a top 10. My decision making wasn't on point this week, but when you can leave away with a top 10, you can't really complain whatsoever because nobody wants to hear that, especially the other 80 anglers. But I went to Rodman today, and I knew you could catch 15 to 17 pounds in there. And I pulled out about 2 hours early, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go sight fishing. And I caught majority of my weight on the bed today, and I saw some really big fish. I thought that was the only way I could really catch that 30-pound bag to really make a run at it. But let me tell you, this fishery is going to be on fire for the next couple of days because they were moving up, and I wouldn't mind being here. So I am excited to get to Harris Chain, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, look forward to seeing you there. Congrats on a great finish, and you guys better go fishing over the next few days. There's just three more anglers left. Doing good, Bob?
All right for now, but I'm a little nervous about the last one.
Yeah. Had the lead since day number 1. Let's bring out this next angler. He's a Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a former Bassmaster Open winner, fishing his very first Elite Series event from Japan, Masayuki Masashita. At 52 pounds, 13 ounces, looking for 21.3, 17 pounds even. He moves into 2nd place with 69 pounds, 13 ounces. £69 pounds, 13 ounces, and no problem. Got demanding 4 days into your Elite Series career.
My first time 4 days tournament very very long. I'm full. But next week more tournaments. Today quick sleep. I want quick sleep.
You want quick sleep?
Yeah, very tired. My first tournament, 4 day first tournament.
Yes. Well, it's only like an hour and a half away. And all you guys are welcome next week, by the way. Who's coming with us next week? Come on the road with the Bassmasters on the Harris chain. Only an hour and a half away, so you get there and get some sleep. But you finished in the top 10 in your first Bassmaster Elite Series event. How does that feel?
Very good. Very happy. My Elite Series, my big dream. Past tournament top 10. I'm happy.
I'm very happy to welcome you to the Elite Series, and I'm sure it's not your last top 10. Go home and start doing some dreaming tonight. Get your quick sleep.
Thanks, man.
A quick sleep he wants tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't sleep till you get there, okay? Our next angler absolutely rocked this park yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, with our VMC monster bag of the tournament, 31 pounds, 15 ounces. He's a 7-time FLW Tour winner, a 4-time Classic qualifier, a 2-time Bassmaster winner from DeBerry, Florida, John Cox. 55 pounds, 2 ounces. Needs 16, brings 12 pounds, 8 ounces, and moves into third place, just 6 pounds, 7 ounces short of the overall lead. But let's hear it for John Cox, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, John, that was very exciting yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep last night from it. And, just thinking of that, man, it would have been awful if I wouldn't have made the cut and got to experience that yesterday. So that was, that was just super cool. So, I mean, it was an awesome week. Man, I ran the Crestliner all over this place. I got gas I don't know how many times. I think my gas bill might have been like $1,000 or so on the water. But, man, and, I used some, the Berkeley General and some this new crawl we were kind of working with. Today, I was just all over the place. Like, I just kind of, I don't know, some days you just get out there and you kind of forget what you're doing and kind of rush through things. And but, we got Harris Chain next week. I'm, like, thrilled. I can't wait to get there, and I'm going to go sleep in my own bed tonight again.
I could understand how you rush through things because I owe you an apology because I got all excited yesterday, and I didn't even know it till afterwards, but I Steve Harvey'd you and called you John Cruz during part of that madness yesterday. So I do apologize. I will own up to that, and I do apologize. But, man, you got another one ahead of you, and you've got to be excited about that one. How good is it? What is the potential of that event? Because it's very rare that we have that many anglers walk across stage and say, I can't wait for next week's event.
Yeah, I mean, Harris Chain is awesome. I mean, just like this place got giants in it. Harris Chain's the same way, and we are like, we're hitting these two tournaments at, like, perfect timing to catch big fish. So I'm sure all the guys, we can't wait. I mean, we're going to get it. We'll be out there, the sun up and go start practicing tomorrow.
It's going to be awesome to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for John Cox. See, I screwed up this week too, old Bob. You see? But it happens, okay? That's like weighing in one fish in day 2. I mean, it could happen. But you might just win this tournament, dude. You are still leading. There's one angler left to go. How are you feeling right now?
I'm not feeling too good, honestly. I mean, it's been a blast this week, and I can't complain, having a good start like this, but I'm a little nervous.
That's good. That most people that sit in that seat get very, very nervous. So have a drink of water. We're going to call you up here in a minute. But first, we need to bring up our leader since day number 1. An unbelievable 27 Bassmaster top 10s, a 12-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, an Elite Series champion from Salem, Virginia, the cruise missile, John Cruz. 58 pounds. Bob, come on up here. One of these guys. 58 pounds, 3 ounces. Looking for 15 pounds, 14 ounces. 17 pounds and an ounce. 17-1 with 75 pounds, 4 ounces. John Cruz is a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Cruz controls the St. John's River and becomes a two-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Woo! Normally we might make a formal presentation, but normally nobody goes wire to wire to win. Nobody in all of the victories that have happened here, nobody has ever gone wire to wire. And this week, Cruz controls the St. John's River.
Oh my God, I don't even know what to say.
John Cruz has one of the most incredible Elite Series careers, but it has been over a decade since you have put your hands on one of these bad boys. You have become so close. Been second here in the past, but man, you are the first Elite Series champion of 2022.
Man, I felt like coming down here that I had some angels watching after me. Lost some friends in the last year. And I don't know, I had this calm about the whole tournament, about the whole practice. And I just went out and fished like I normally fished, which is all over the freaking place if you watch Bass Live. Spinning rod in 25 feet of water 1 minute, and then I'm throwing a topwater bait in like a foot of water 20 minutes later. So luckily on the St. John's River, that works because that's exactly what I did the last 4 days. I just kind of mixed it up based on the weather. We had some really good, I was very fortunate, obviously, to win the tournament, but I was very fortunate to hit certain bite windows today. And what I mean by that is that there's when the tide was right and the weather was right, I was throwing reaction baits. I caught most of my fish today on a 3/8 ounce jackhammer chatterbait with a missile bait shockwave on the back, and that little shockwave makes that bait real erratic when you're kind of ripping it and adjusting it. And if I knew that if the conditions got right and the tide got right, that they were going to bite that. I fished through the same areas that I caught most of the fish today. I fished through there yesterday and didn't have anything. And luckily, I had that one big one yesterday that really saved my bag. If not, I would have had 8 pounds, and I would never have be holding this thing right here. But when it's your time, I've said it 100 times. When it's your time, it's your time. And this week it was just my time.
It definitely was your time. You have worked incredibly hard for this, and let's make this official, my friend. We'll talk to you in 1 second, but he is, ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 AFTCO Bassmaster Elite St. John's River champion, John Cruz. Wire-to-wire domination. Everybody else, John, everybody else by this point has told me how heavy that trophy is and wants to put it down, but I have a feeling that you've spent copious hours lifting heavy things that you will never put that down.
Absolutely. It's going to go with me to my boat, and then it's going to go back over on the trailer, and then it's going to go in the seat, and I will put a safety belt on it until I get back home to Virginia, and I see my beautiful wife. I love you.
I got to ask you, what rigs and how did you do this?
You got to have a big bag to win in Florida, and that happened for me on the first day. The majority of those fish came on a drop shot the first day in probably 12 to 25 feet of water. I knew with the conditions that we were setting up, in cold nights, I felt like those fish were going to be pulling out. Had a good day of practice doing that. That's what got me the majority of my weight the first day, including that 8-pounder. And I was using a prototype worm, a color sample of a project that we're coming out with later this spring with missile baits. So keep an eye out for that. And then the rest of the tournament was a mix between a jackhammer various colors, and then also I caught a key fish today on a spinnerbait, and then that big one that I caught yesterday that really saved the day was on a missile baits quiver. Guys, if you just want to go out and catch fish and you like fishing in Florida, just throw a Texas rigged missile baits quiver, 6.5 inch June bug color. That thing catches fish all over Florida, and I plan on throwing it again next week at the Harris Chain.
It's going to be a fun week next week, and it's a short night for you. Oh, you got somebody coming out here to join you that is at every single tournament.
I was going to ask you to say thank you, but thank you for being here, Dad, and thank you for always being behind me and supporting me from day one. Thank you. I love you. I have a lot of people that support me and help me, and everybody, you know who you are, and I love you. And it just makes life worth living.
John Cruz, I've never been happy to say this. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Your first champion of 2022, John Cruz, wins the AFTCO Bassmaster Elite at the St. Johns River.